Hey there, everyone. My name is Marco Antonio, and thank you for joining me on Marco Antonio Strategizes. First and foremost, I am a restaurant owner and operator and marketing strategist. But again, my first passion is restaurants. I am in love with marketing strategy. But today, I'd like to talk to you a little bit more about restaurants and how I've grown my success in my restaurant, and hopefully my experiences can help other restaurant and business owners expand and grow for themselves. And one of the most commonly overseen things that I consistently see that my other colleagues and restaurant owners overlook when managing the restaurant and business is catering. Your average check size, as like for a while, at least let me speak for myself, my average check size can be about $32. I have to make a lot of effort to turn over and make several transactions to make those check sizes larger. And when we get like a large order, and for us, like a large order is like $70. Like it's kind of a big deal. So the orders come in for $700. That's clearly a really big deal. And I want to show all of my colleagues that those orders are possible. They'll say, well, that doesn't really happen at my industry. That doesn't happen at my business, but it can. You don't have to be a fine dining restaurant that serves $50 plates and serve a party of six, and they have to order $200 bottles of wine, dessert, and a six-course meal just for you to get that $600 price tag. We can also do it by offering catering, as you've seen on the screen. And as I stated, this is, in my opinion, one of the most underutilized, underleveraged resources that most of my colleagues do not have well composed under their belts at the moment. So, as an example, it's common that I get catering inquiries, and this is how I used to deal with it in the past. I get catering inquiries for groups of 20, groups of 17, groups of 8. Where do we draw the line for catering? Me personally, I have confined my catering to what's available for packaging. And you have to control what your reputation will be. You have to control the narrative on what your presentation will be for your food. So, as an example, I've already gone in and done the math, and I've done the portion control to see how much rice an average person will eat in a party, and we use 8-ounce portion cups. So we've estimated that a half pan tray holds enough rice for 10 to 12, even 13 guests. But because we want to speak conservatively, and not all people have the same appetite, some people may have a larger appetite. So when we do our portioning sizes for rice, for beans, really, we are selling what we estimate a portion size for 10 guests just to play it safe. Because people don't get mad when they have extras, people get mad when they don't have enough. That is for certain. So, but truly, we're providing them enough for 13 guests. And we can afford to do that with things like rice and beans. So, we are selling a half pan of rice at $35, a half pan of beans at $35. So that's already a great starting point. We can feed a party of 10 to 12 guests for $70 rice and beans. But then let's say this party wants to get a little fancy and they want to order guacamole. Well, the packaging that I have is an estimated portion size serving of 12 guests. So that guacamole is going to be $44. And but hey, we have a party of 10. Can you just give us a little bit less? I'm sorry, but this is how we offer our service. So if you have a little bit of extra guacamole, good for you. But I prefer, when I'm starting to do these packaging and this sizing, I like to control, and just my staff knows and says, hey, here is the container for a 12 12 guest portion size for guacamole. I want it full. So thankfully, we use that same container for pico de gallo. We use the same one for sour cream. And as you can see, we have portion sizes for 25 and 50 guests. And we offer those items as guacamole, sour cream, queso dip. But then you'll see we buy our chips by the case. And we have a serving size of chips for 60 guests at $89. We sell half a case for $49, which is 30 guests. And lastly, we have a portion size for 15 guests, which is a quarter case at $25. So you could get a party size guac for 12 guests. You're going to have enough chips for 15. I just have to make it as streamlined and simple for my staff as well to be able to compose these items, and it's going to fit within the parameters of our packaging and look the most presentable as possible. So, once we start getting to the start of the shows, we did our rice and beans. Let's say we're going to do a party of 10 and rice, beans, that's $70. Let's say we do a guac at 44. So we are now at 70 plus 44 is 114. Let's say they get some pico. That's another 32 per 12 guests, $32. That's $146 right now. And if you're asking why do not add this to the cart so I can watch you build it up, I don't do it because it's after hours, and because it's after hours, the online ordering is not available. But I like having this on this platform so my guests can see it and build it for themselves. So we have a party sized chips for 15 guests at $25. That's 171. And when we're dealing with 10 guests, 10 to 12 guests, you may want to order a street taco box pack for sure of 30 tacos. So let's say you get, two 30 taco street taco box 30 packs at $35. It's going to be another $70. So you are now at $241. And in order to protect our efficiency and our optimization, we do not schedule catering orders or scheduled orders between our peak dinner hours. We will work it into the rest of our schedule, but I have that policy that I do not take scheduled or catering orders between the hours of 5 and 8 p.m. No matter how big the size of the order is, I do not want to anger the bulk of my customers who are the life stream and blood of my business, making upset 31 customers of the evening or one customer who may frequent us every now and then. We have so normally I will take catering orders up until 5 p.m. and we can start fulfilling them again after 8 p.m. But if they want to call it in and just work it in with our normal workflow, then we will still take it on and accommodate it. You're going to ask, does it sound foolish that I will not take it in advanced order, even though they're going to submit it? The thing is in the past, we have done our best to take on orders and do them scheduled. But no, we do our best to make orders on a first come first serve basis because we are a popular taco spot that sells $1 tacos. We do the 30 pack under catering orders, but we deal with everything on a first come first serve basis because in our experience, when we've allocated a certain time slot and told a customer, hey, we'll have your order ready at 5 o'clock, it's peak dinner hours, we have to stop some tickets, slow some other ones up for our own workflow purposes, it's just not the ideal situation. It may work for some other people, but for the way that we choose to operate and the way we do operate that's most efficient for us, we found that that works best for us. And saying, hey, if your order doesn't meet our minimum, just call it in. We don't have a problem making an order for 100 tacos and fulfilling it in 10 minutes. Just depends on what the peak volume and workflow is. But before we get too off on that one, that's policy that we implement. All of my restaurant owners out there, please know, as I'm composing this order, this quote came out for about 200 between 220 $240. And in any industry, or let me rephrase that, in our restaurant industry, for the items that we sell, and the price point, a $250 check is a pretty big deal for us. Now, let's scale it and call it 20 guests at $500 or 30 guests at $750. That's a lot of money. The fastest and most efficient ways that we can do these caterings is planning ahead and already choosing what our packaging is going to be, what portion size fits in that packaging. Then, after that, properly costing out and make sure you are not heavily out fairly pricing your original menu and stealing and cheating from yourself or charging too much. You have to make sure that um, those proportions line up correctly or at least justifiably. But once you start having the bulk of your catering menu set up, these are our rock stars: rice, beans, guac, sour cream. I know these are the most common things people are going to order. 1 dozen enchiladas, 1 dozen crispy tacos. I have it ready to go. Even my own staff can hurry up and build out this order just by clicking and saying, do you want chips and salsa for 15 guests or 30? And so by leaving these options open, you know, it gives you the ability to easier and faster take on quotes and give out quotes for these catering options. I've seen quite a few catering tickets at $700 for a catering ticket, 800. It really depends on your business model and what you guys are selling. But as I stated, the biggest golden nugget and hidden tool that restaurant owners and operators have to their disposal will be by far their catering menu. So if you like everything that I've been talking about today, my name is Marco Antonio. I like to do marketing strategy. I like to talk about search engine optimization, paid ads, Google ads, Meta, Instagram, LinkedIn, text message marketing. If that all sounds like it's going to work for you and help you elevate your business, not just in the restaurant industry, but other industries, I do have a free school group down in the description. Please feel free to click and join. I will be doing I can do search engine optimization audits and audit your website. Please leave a click down below for future comment that you would like and other things for future comments. Put future comments down there for things you would like to see in the future and what I can comment on. I'll be doing live Q&As pretty shortly. And till then, I wish you all the best in your marketing world, in your marketing necessities, especially in the restaurant industry. It's a very hard industry. It's something very soft and dear to my heart. Till then, I wish you the best. Peace.